Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to do a 360 tarot reading for this moon quarter or for this week, which started yesterday on a beautiful Sunday and until the next Saturday, which will be the 1st of April. So thank you very much for being here. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity and responsibility as well. Remember, you can have one of these readings for yourself. Just DM me on IG or send me an email using the email in the description down below. You can also use the LinkTree in the description down below to reach my Instagram and contact me through there. Alright, so let's get started. And for the ones of you that don't know what a 360 tarot reading is, basically it's a reading that tells about the space where your spirit is in right now and how it will manifest in the different areas of your life, your 12 houses, your 12 areas or the main areas of your life. Okay, but it all starts with a card in the middle, which I call the house number 0, because that card will reveal your spirit, and that your spirit will participate, create, attract, destroy, go up or go down in those areas of your life. So whatever is the space where your spirit is in right now, it will stem, create and manifest things from there into your real life. Alright? But it all starts in the spiritual realm. It all starts with your spiritual life. Okay? Hi Dario, welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody to the stream. I hope you guys are doing amazing today. Let me know if the music sound is good, if it's too loud or too low, or perfect. Let's go. Drinking some coffee with honey. It's a good experience. It's different. Alright, we are ready to continue. To start, I mean. It's good. Do you guys enjoy the music? I think I picked a cool track. Very fitting for the tarot reading, right? You like the chill vibe? Yeah, because we're chilling. Just like I have in the thumbnail, that eye looking into the circle. And we must be calm, we must be satisfied, and we must be already mindful when we are taking a look at our current circumstances, to our natures, to our spirituality, because we can't let desires, insatisfaction, fear and things like that to perturb our judgment, to cloud our judgment. So we need to be calm, satisfied, excited, because we are about to know our true natures at this present moment. You know what I'm saying? So let's get started with the card in the middle, house number 0. And when I do this reading for everybody, I have to focus in the spirit of the being that we live in right now. But when I do this reading, the house number 0 is focused on your spirit. Alright? Because everybody in this realm receives influence, desires, ideas, thoughts, feelings and emotions from the being where we live in. Because as you have beings living inside of you, we live inside of a bigger being, okay? An entity. And because we followed it here, sometimes we still follow its desires, but it might not be the best thing for us. That's why astrology is also important, so you can know which desires are really yours. But the spirit of the being that we are living in right now, that influences everybody, is now experiencing the space represented by the card Taurus, aka the Hierophant. So during this moon quarter, we have the ability, or we have to dodge this, depending on in which position. Are you opposing this? Are you agreeing with this? Right? It all depends on your personal space and how you interact with the spaces around you. That's astrology is basically that. Okay. So here we go, the Hierophant in the middle. This card in general means experiencing or learning something spiritual, learning something about your spirit via a physical thing, via a desire, a fear, a pleasure, an addiction, a limitation, because the Hierophant basically means your spirit knowing that it created a form and now it's in it, right? And then looking at the form that you are in, you learn about your spirit. So whatever desires you are going through right now, there will be some desires that will be right for you, okay, will teach you more about yourself, and there will be some desires, relationships, pleasure, or fears that are not for you, aka they will make you lost, they will make you reach no conclusion or no progress in your life as a spirit. All right, so positive side, it's a great time to go into your desires, create new desires. Remember, the sun is in Aries, so we are creating new visions, new actions, and new desires, and learn about your spirit, learn about your natures, perhaps heal something from your past life or from your childhood, because you might have this desire that you haven't really fully committed to, or you haven't not really fully experienced, because as a kid you were shamed or punished for it, and now you have to really go there, because that desire is about to teach you something about your spirit. That's why as a child you were so inclined to that desire or fear, okay? But it's very physical. There is no la la land here. It's something real that you can do or that you are afraid to do, but it's something out there, okay? And this is a time to really do, especially with Sun in Aries, right? Go outside, do something. Maybe it's something that you were doing and you stopped doing it, and now it feels kind of weird coming back to it, but go and do it. You don't need to be the best, you don't need to do it all the time. Maybe just coming back at it, maybe just taking a look at it, maybe just being in that vibe will already fulfill your spirit and the purpose that your spirit has for that event, for that physical thing, okay? But keyword, learning about your spirit, about your values, about what you value, and about what others value about you, aka Taurus, by experiencing a thing or a place or a vibe that is very real, that you can touch and see, and that will teach you about your spirit and its natures and your values as well, okay? So it's about doing, and it's about getting a bit lost, going in. Taurus, fixed earth. Fixate your attention, fixate your practicality, fixate your time in something, or your mind on something, until you feel really real, until you feel really satisfied. Then you don't need to do it anymore. It doesn't need to become a new thing in your life, but when you do it, fixate your attention on it, be real, be practical, and you will learn about your spirit. It's guaranteed, alright? So let's move on. And how will the Hierophant affect our first houses, our personality, personal interests, and personal insecurities? Let's take a look. From this moon quarter, from yesterday to the next Saturn day, where we complete the cycle and we move on another degree of separation. Separation, 7, severe, 7 days. We separate from these beings' desires because we are being ourselves. And we have a card for the first house, and it is Neptune, the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man, actually very well associated in this deck with Neptune, it's basically you are, you will see once I find it here, you are hanged by a foot, right? Or in this card over here, you're riding a beast in the water. So that means that first, in the most common representation, You are hanged by a feet, means you can only observe. Your head, your logical side, isn't working. It's upside down. So you have to observe and be really spiritual. Here on this drawing, on this present card, the man, the Neptune, is riding a beast, which in itself is riding a water. So actually very aligned with Hierophant, you have to observe and let the animalistic natures ride the current for you. And you will learn something from it. You will dive deep into your subconscious realm and you will be aware of things that you weren't aware before, aka you will tap into your unconscious realm and bring it to your subconscious and conscious realm, or you will learn more or learn different lights, different sides of subconscious patterns that you were already aware of, but now you're learning more. Okay? And it's going to be very personal. It can turn into a personal insecurity, or you can see the root of certain personal insecurities, and it might feel hard, it might feel very deep, but now you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? But in your personal life, you will be diving deep into your subconscious realm. Make sure to not confuse your subconscious realm with others' subconscious realm. Remember that Neptune, co-ruler of Pisces, really sometimes makes you believe that you feel a certain way because somebody told you an experience and you are in a similar physical experience, but you are a different spirit in a different space, going through things differently. So be focused. This is personal. This is about you, your personal interests, your personal insecurities. Don't confuse this with others and you will be alright. But you gotta go deep. You can't run. You can't pretend that you are not going deep within yourself, because you are. It's the first card. It's the first house. It's your first awareness. It's that deep. Yes, but it's good. Let's move on to the second house. So, how will the Hierophant, energy of Taurus, affect our second house? House of values, relationships, commitment, how you value yourself, how you value others, how you value your talents and your creativity, how you value others' talents, others' creativities, and how you think others value your talents and your creativity. Oops, there we go. 2 cards, but I'll just take the first one. Because one card came out first, I'll take that one. And it is reversed King of Wands, Capricorn. Where are you at? King of Wands. There we go. Reversed King of Wands. What does this mean? It means that you are creating new ways to see, feel, act, and express about your values, the things that you value and how you value others. But that might cause misunderstandings, misvaluings, or misjudgments, because you are creating a new feeling or a new way to see something that you were valuing, or somebody that they were receiving value from you, and now you're feeling a different way. It doesn't mean you will stop doing that. It doesn't mean you will stop valuing that thing, but just because you are valuing in a different way, or with more intensity, or with less intensity, it will perturb the dynamics in that. Because remember, the second house is where the constellation of Taurus was born out of, fixed Earth. If it's not broken, don't fix it, don't even touch it, don't even come close. So just the change in a feeling, the change in a vision, a change in the purpose will affect. Just it doesn't mean it's bad or good. It will just feel weird. Just know that. You will feel weird, or somebody that you were sharing a value or a compromise can feel weird. But if you guys both spiritual, or if that desire is spiritual, there will always be within you that purpose, that anchoring system, that makes you go through that weirdness and realize this is for the growing, this is for the better, this is for all possibilities, but in a real way. So the reverse here is just a misunderstanding because of that weird feeling, because you are changing how you value it. And that, like I said, you might not even change what you value, but just because you are changing even a little bit. This is Taurus. Okay, I know what we're talking about here. I have a Taurus moon. Just a little bit can perturb the pleasure, the safety, the sense of continuation, the sense of accumulation, but in reality it might not change anything. So perhaps you have to go really far to perturb this situation. You have to really get involved into that misunderstanding, misvalue, or misjudging of those new visions to cause destruction. Other than that, it will be kind of exciting, it will be fun, it will be real, it will be spiritual, and it will be an opening to all possibilities via new ways to value, new ways to express your value in real, unique, powerful, creative, and spiritual ways. You better believe it. If it is not like that, I don't want it. Let's go. How will the Hierophant, the energy of Taurus, affect our third houses, the house of your environment, light relationships, light, perhaps meaningful, superficial conversations, the person from the that works on the grocery shop, the person that works in the post office, the person that works in your favorite fast food restaurant, and you talk about it, your neighbors where you say hi and you never see them again for the rest of the day. That's the third house, you know what I'm saying? Very light, short conversations, or it can be a long conversation but not very meaningful. Maybe you were waiting for the bus, walking with somebody or talking with somebody about like 15 minutes, but it wasn't deep. Sometimes with people that are really close to you, don't even need to speak. Just a look, just a facial expression carries a lot of intent, you better believe it. Talking ain't everything, Geminis / air signs. Taurus, Hierophant, fixed earth, learning about your spirit from fixed desires and practicality, shapes and forms. How will that affect your third house? Our third house in this case. How will the whole world be associating their thoughts and ideas? Keeping in mind that everybody is reacting and responding mainly to that fixed earth energy and fixed experience, fixed shapes and forms. Oh, there we go. Four of Swords. Pisces, Australis. Alright, let's get Four of Swords on the screen. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. What does that mean, the Four of Swords? It means that we'll be thinking too much, thinking too straightly, or thinking a lot about things that are superficial, too logical, that have not much spiritual purpose, that don't really excite us, that don't really make us motivated. And because this is in the third house, also an air house, that's why I said thinking too much. So you can dry up your other chakras, you can dry up your creativity, your individuality, you can dry up how you share and show love, you can dry up other people in your surroundings by you being too logical, too cold, too dry, too sharp, like a knife, too strict, you want to make sense or people around you, because this is your surroundings. So it might not be you, it might be the generality of people in your surroundings. They want everything to make sense. There is no thing that cannot make sense, and that might drain you. That might you feel like you don't really want to participate in the surroundings, but we got to. If you want to make something happen in your life, you gotta participate in your surroundings. That's where your audience will be, right? So keep in mind, if somebody is making you feel too dry, if somebody is pressuring you to be too logical or making a sense about everything, keep in mind you don't need to. They don't need to as well. And once this moon quarter goes away, people will stop being like this, and they will transit into another way, into another dynamic, how to interact in their surroundings. So you don't need to let this break you down. You don't need to let this stop in your tracks. Just do your thing. Make sure you are a little bit logical. Make sure you are making sense, and make sure you know that you make sense and that you can talk and make sense. Okay, but you don't need to satisfy others' necessity of being logical, detached, light, and intellectual. Just be yourself with a little bit of smartness, a little bit of relatability, and a little bit of intelligence, and you'll be alright. Let's move on. Into the 4th house. How is the Taurus energy, the Hierophant, affecting our 4th houses? House of privacy, security, comfort, both physically and emotionally, and the house of spiritual expansion and being exalted in creating new ways to obtain wisdom and knowledge. And we have Ace of Cups. Nice. This means there is a very unique and powerful emotional state, feeling, emotion, connection, purpose, reasoning, or meaning present in your 4th house. So you gotta make sure that you know what it is. You gotta make sure that you make this yourself and that you fulfill it. And you don't let anything else that is not this very unique emotional state into your private house, into your heart. Nothing else. Nothing else. Just this. Because then, from your 4th house, you get into the other part of the zodiac wheel, which is way more social, way more external, way more grandiose. So if you let any other thing that it's not a very unique, powerful, and individual feeling and emotion into your heart, you will produce that, and you will attract a lot of things that are not for you in more broader spaces, in more broader scales. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the 5th house. How is the energy of Taurus, the Hierophant, affecting our 5th houses? House of entertainment, attention, validation, what you like to entertain, what you like to be entertained by, okay? Where you fixate your visions, where you fixate your enthusiasm, where you fixate and express your creativity and individuality. And we have reversed 5 of Pentacles. So the reverse 5 of Pentacles means that an attachment, a connection, a feeling, an emotion, or a spiritual nature behind a physical circumstance, a physical object, relationship, a physical scenario is making you misunderstand, misjudge, or misvalue your entertainment, your attention, your validation, or how others pay attention to you. You might be receiving attention, you might be receiving validation, but you feel a certain way about the thing or the circumstance that is bringing attention to you, and you think it's not good attention. Bitch, shut up! You know there is people out there, they killing for attention, they making scams for attention, they creating fake YouTube pages for attention, and you hear misjudging your attention because you don't like how you're receiving it. You know, that's type of things that can perturb how you receive attention. Or you might be paying attention to the wrong things, but you feel it's the right thing because you're receiving some money or you're receiving some security, things like that. Make sure, remember, 5th house is fixed fire house. It's about spirituality, creativity, entertainment, attention, excitement, and pleasure. If you have to sacrifice any of those, okay? If you need to sacrifice any of those to maintain a connection to a physical circumstance, you are kinda in a hell, you know? We have a bot in the chat. We have a bot in the chat. Remove the bot, please, mods. Remove the bot. Remove the bot. Bro, just when I was talking about fake accounts and shit like that. Bro, stars don't lie, and I'm a big ass motherfucking star. Instead of looking to destroy shit, you should be looking into building your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Daria. Destroy that shit. Or, my bad, remove those messages. If you are in the mission of being a destroyer, you lost. Because destroying is very easy and sometimes very unnecessary. What you really have to do is to create your own shit and gather attention to that. Anything else, you lost in war. You lost in aggression. You're using Mars on the wrong areas. Why being passionate about destroying somebody else's idea instead of being passionate in creating your own idea? There is no confusion for me over there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a part of the cycle of creation. Yes, but most people are focusing in that part, not in the whole cycle. Moving on. How is the energy of Taurus, the energy of the Hierophant, affecting our sixth houses, the house of work, routine, pattern, organization, and how the pressure of yourself and the external world in your systems, aka health? Oh, there we go. And we have Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune, some expansion, some gifts, some fast travels in your sixth house. But be careful, because you can fast travel into a routine and pattern that might fulfill a security but don't fulfill your spirit, or vice versa. Okay, so make sure you are taking the right presence. Make sure you are expanding and fast traveling into the right areas of your life, because it's a sixth house. It's mutable earth. It's something that it's practical, it's real, but that mixtures and mingles and go further to reach something else. Wheel of Fortune. A gift, a big opportunity, a big portal is opening in your work, routine, pattern. Oh, and that makes sense because the sixth house is trining the spirit house. Oh, no, this is ads. Shut your ass up. Moving on. So there is a gift, an opportunity, a big expansion, a big travel in your work, routines, pattern. You can move a position, you can be promoted, but if the work that you are in, or the job that you are in, the work that you are doing, does not correspond to your spirit, that's actually a perfect Taurus, the Hierophant example, right? The contract or the shape and form, the situation that you are fixed in, security, stability, survivability, if that is not corresponding to your spirit, you will not expand, or you will expand negatively. You will start to spin on the negative axis. You start to spin backwards. So you can see that as a positive side, right? If you don't get the promotion, or if you get depromoted, it's like, okay, this job, this work, it's not for me to be here for a long time. Let's start creating something else. Let's start feeling something different. Let's start to see a different reality, because this ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're really spiritual, you want your job or your work or your sustain to be something that is really aligned with your spirituality, with your pleasures, with your sense of challenging, with your sense of growth, with the things that you value. It's not just about survivability. It's not just about making that money. It's how you do it. Because first, not every money is good money, and then there is many ways to make it. Why being fixed to only one? Okay, especially if it's not according to your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Messiah was saying, and others are afraid to destroy what they have built. But sometimes that tower must come down if the spirit don't change for too long. And if the spirit don't change for too long, the tower will come down anyway, and the spirit will fall with it. That's where that saying of the captain sinks with the ship comes from. But you don't need to. The spirit has the ability to detach. So a real spirit, the spirit will take the tower down, but it will not fall. A spirit that is lost will fall with the tower, will sink with the ship. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Real shit, bro. We're speaking real facts over here. Pluto being in command instead of yourself. Yeah, because you use Pluto. Because Pluto is influencing us. You don't need to be washed away by Pluto. You don't need to do what Pluto tells you. You should use Pluto to do whatever you want to do. That's the best way to do it. And always remember that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self. Yeah, it doesn't have to be catastrophic. And the thing is, basically, 90% of movies, 90% of shows, not anime actually runs away from that formula. They always catastrophic, bro. Because that's what people like to watch. I don't, but most people like to watch train wrecks, heavy stories, very emotional stories. So the production of the producers of films and shows, they be like, hey, people like this, people buy a lot of this, let's make it. So pretty much 90% of movies and shows, every change is catastrophic, but it doesn't need to be. And remind, those movies, they never show real spirituality. They never show people upcoming things. They never show people being on their own path and getting what they want and need/deserve. They never show people changing the world, you know. So don't pay attention to those shows. They fucking suck. Emotionalize. Yeah. Happy Pluto in Aquarius. Happy Pluto in... Not yet. Remember, the further away the planet is, the further away or the longer the cusp is, right? It will be, I don't know, some months until Pluto moves another degree. We're still 0 degrees, you know, but I take your energy. Thank you very much, Daria. Your support is greatly appreciated. You better believe it. Let's move on. How will the Taurus energy, the Hierophant, affect our 7th houses? House of relationships, partnerships, friendships that are more personal, more meaningful than the 3rd house, but they are not as spiritual, they are not as unique, they are not as grandiose and important as the 11th house. They are not as wide and wise as the 11th house. Okay, I sense some sharpness in the mind in this area. I sensed very focus, and I sense a lot of focus, my bad. 7 of Cups. So yeah, that makes sense. Because the 7 of Cups means separating from old emotions and feelings, separating from old emotional spaces and states, and that can give you a lot of mental clarity. Because most times, like Daria is saying in the chat actually, being emotionalized, being too feminized on the negative side of the energy will cloud your judgment, will make you afraid of things you don't need to be afraid of, will make you hesitate on things that you don't need to hesitate on, make you rethink, double think, triple think about things that you don't need to. So basically your spirit is getting lighter, okay? Your spirit, by experiencing physical things that teach it about itself, can now detach from old emotions, from old states, from old purposes, and go to the real purpose, go to the real goal, go to the real objective. And also it means that your spirit is ready to start new relationships, new ways of thinking and communicating, new ways of value. Oh, and where do we have new ways of value? On the second house, with the King of Wands, right? Right? So how we valuing the Venus houses, Taurus and Libra, we changing, we separating how we think and communicate about that, and we creating new visions in how we fixate our values. Okay? So now, and they are both reversed, because that separation, that newness can shake things a little bit, can perturb the dynamics a little bit, but it's for the right cause. It's for spiritual clarity, spiritual focus, and to maintain your energy in the right places, for you to create the right things, for you to create a world instead of destroying the world, the old world. Just separate from it and go into the new space and build something that really resonates with your values. In this case, a relationship, a partnership, a friendship, a new way of thinking and communicating in or about more sophisticated ways. But in order to do that, you have to separate from some old feelings and emotions, alright? Okay, let's move on into the 8th house. How is the Taurus energy, the Hierophant, affecting our 8th houses? Houses of deep relationships, deep experiences, transformative feelings, emotions, desires, relationships, partnerships, travels, deep emotions, deep feelings. And the Taurus energy is opposing this house, so I'm expecting some balance, some completion, some meaning. And we have 7 of Wands. Let's go. What does this mean? This means that we are separating from old visions, old feelings, old actions, old spiritual belief systems, and old ways of seeing and expressing spirituality, so we can go really deep, so you can be really passionate, really motivated, or really frustrated about the real things. Okay? We're separating from those old visions so you can have new or clear visions, because the 7 is not about, or not always about, something new. Imagine you have like 5 visions, right? And you separate from 3 of them. Now you can focus all the energy that you were using on those 5 visions on those 2 visions, and those 2 visions will grow way more, way quicker, and have way more impact in your life than all those 5 visions combined before. Okay? So separating from old visions, old expressions, old actions, and old spiritual purposes and spiritual belief systems, so you can go deep and focus your emotions, feelings, and desires on the right ones. Let's go. Moving on. How will the Taurus energy, the Hierophant, affect our 9th houses, where we associate and mix our spiritual belief systems, our morality belief systems, our experiences, our travels, our testimonies, our faith, our imagination, our individuality, and how we are mutable with our feelings, visions, and imaginations. Let's go. Reversed Prince of Pentacles. So this means that you are creating a new... Oh, wait. Heads? We're good now. So this means that you are creating a new way to externally associate, be practical and realistic with your spirituality, faith, beliefs, and imaginations. But that can cause misunderstandings, misvaluings, and misjudgments, because those things are kind of opposite, right? Mutable Earth is Virgo energy, and it squares the 9th house, it squares Sagittarius. So we gotta learn We gotta clash with ourselves, clash with others, go through some friction, but this is excellent. This is the main spiritual objective, to be real, to be practical when sharing and associating your spirituality. Because if it doesn't make sense, if we can't work on it, it's useless. Alright? So this is a great lesson. This Taurus energy, this Hierophant energy, this moon quarter, we're getting down to business, baby. Oh, and that just popped in my mind, because Uranus is in Taurus and Saturn is in Pisces. So there is a heavy energy coming from that alignment. Let's go into our 10th house. How is the energy of Taurus, the experience of the Hierophant, affecting our 10th house? House of status, career, business, creating new limits and boundaries, creating new routines, creating new schedules, creating new ways of being secure, safe, and profitable, both spiritually and physically. How is the Hierophant, the energy of Taurus, affecting that house? Okay, I feel some relief in pressure, some breathing better in this area, in this house. Remember, Mars is in Cancer, opposing the 10th house, or opposing the spirit that will live in 10th house, because it's actually, for example, conjuncting my 10th house. Oh, let's go. Ooh, let's go. The sun, bro. So if you have a unique business, if you have a business that stems out of your spirituality, uniqueness, and originality, you will receive some attention. You'll receive some light. But you might not be comfortable with it. You might not be ready to deal with that attention. But in order to grow your business, you have to be ready to deal with attention. But the thing is, even if you are not right now, this is a part of your learning process in how to do it. By you being exposed to the fact that you can't deal with that attention, that will make your spirit starting to work in ways, in forms that can deal with that attention. You know what I'm saying? Or, on the negative side, you might be feeling too exposed in parts of your business that you don't want to be exposed, or it is not your business, it's your job, your work. Your business is the things that you do in your life. It's what you like to do on a routine, on a daily basis, or in more general ways. So you might be exposed to something that you don't like in these areas, or some part of your routine and patterns might be exposed to some people that you don't want them to know about that, but that might only be from an insecurity, and those people that are seeing the light in your business, they might be the ones that can help you expand. Either by being an asshole and you create a stronger mental body, or by being like, bro, I never seen nothing like your business. Your business is excellent. Let me invest in your business. And then you grow. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Let's go. Let's move on. But before we move on, just remember, some things will be exposed. You might like it. You might not like it. You just gotta deal with it and get stronger so you can grow your business. There is no other way. There is no other way. It's only your way. Let's go. The only way for you, it's your way. Let's move into the 11th house. How is the energy of Hierophant, the energy of Taurus, affecting our 11th house? The house of our logical and social associations, unique ways of thinking and communicating in fixed ways, the ability to create sciences and groups to discuss knowledge and wisdom and make sure that what we all think it's real, it's really real, right? You don't want to believe in science. That's not 11th house, that's 12th house, La La Land Pisces shit. Everybody that tells you to believe in science, they are in the worst cult ever. You better believe it. Because you don't believe in science, you know science. Main difference between 11th house and 12th house. 11th house, you know shit. 12th house, you believe in shit. You know what I'm saying? And science, you know it. You don't believe in it. You know it. So let's move on. So, oh wait, ads. No, please. No, thank you. No, thank you. My way! Ah, let's go! So, on the 11th house, we have reversed 6 of Cups. That means that you paying a lot of attention, bringing power, control, and authority to your own feelings, emotions, spiritual purposes, spiritual or emotional reason and meanings might make you or others in the world misunderstand, misvalue, or misjudge yourself, your associations, and your unique ways of thinking and communicating. So this might be from your own feelings, or your own feelings, because the feelings and emotions that you choose to be fixed on, they create a vibe, they create a constant movement, what people call an aura, and every object has that. But your spirit has more than one. Your spirit has a mental aura, emotional aura, physical aura, in between those things, the limbos auras, the transition. So your emotional vibe, the feelings and the emotions that you are fixing in about the world, about society, about things in the internet, about things in the news, about science, about tarot, about astrology, about yourself into those worlds, the feelings and emotions that you choose to be fixed on, they will ooze out. They will create a constant movement called an aura. They will create a constant frequency and vibration. And other spirits, they will see that. So they might misunderstand you because your emotional aura is telling you something, but you actually thinking in a different way. So make sure that you are not getting too fixed on feelings and emotions that deal with hating the world, or like, this world ain't shit, people in the world ain't shit, this in the world ain't shit, people in the internet ain't shit, gaming ain't fun anymore, social media ain't fun anymore, it's impossible to date right now. Shut that ass up, because even if that was true, it's your responsibility, it's your power to create a new, better way. So don't you support like, oh, the internet ain't fun anymore, it's not possible to have a date anymore, it's so hard to live right now. No, you shut your ass up, alright? Create a new, better way, and then you fucking do it. And then we all happy, because you work as an example. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you save the world. Not by bitching about it, by creating something new and be that. Okay? Besides saying, and if you don't get it organized, well, the auras will get dirty. Yes, the auras will get, like I said, that's why people are misunderstanding you, because your emotional aura might make them think or feel that you think and communicate in different ways than you actually do. So they might think that you're dirty, they might think you're not smart, they might think you can't handle the pressure of the world, but you can, right? The thing is, you chose to fixate on certain negative feelings, or too much on feelings and emotions, because remember, this is 11th house, okay? It's about thinking and communicating in unique and original ways, not about feeling in original ways. So you might just make others you might make others think that you are emotional and unstable, but you actually not. Okay, that's an example, but things like that. And lastly, but not least, the 12th house. How is Taurus, the energy of the Hierophant, affecting our 12th houses? The house of dreams, illusions, imaginations, grand, vague, wide, spiritual purposes, meanings, reasonings, wide and deep connections, deep subconscious, unconscious travels. How is the fixed energy of Taurus, the fixed earth energy, affecting these areas? Let's go. And we have the Eight of Swords, Canis Major. What does this mean? The Eight of Swords. It means that either you are stuck on a mental loop when it comes to your 12th house, or you have been working, you have been developing, you have been spending a lot of time in thinking and communicating in a certain way that now works as a support, that now works as protection, that now works as uplifting and like armor, okay? So, you were doing this, spending a lot of time in thinking and communicating about your dreams, illusions, imagination, spirituality, religion, things like that. But there can be two general ways that this goes about. The way that you were thinking and communicating can now feel like a jail, can now like feel a heavy burden, can now feel like hell, or it can feel like protection, armor, or support. So you can be in a jail cell, or you can be in a bunker. You can be protected, or you can be stuck. Okay, so you gotta realize in what mental state you are in and make the right judgments. Learn from it. Change a little bit. But remember, it's 8. So you have to apply some energy. You have to force that change if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you are not stuck in your mind when it comes to your spirituality, because you want to be accessing all possibilities, right? So guys, it's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. Remember, you can have a reading for yourself. Contact me via Instagram, DM, or using the email in the description down below. I hope you guys now have a more clear vision about the moon quarter and the week ahead, and especially about your present moment. So thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility, and I see you next time as a cloud surfer surfing out. Ezra is the best astrologer and tarologist, aka spiritualist. You better believe it. Thank you very much.